fast or getting home safe? I bet you already know the answer. Safety comes first. Skip the drinks before you drive, or skip the drive if you must drink. Ease off the gas. No need to speed, and keep your hands off the phone while you're driving. Download the Federal Road Safety Core mobile app today and report reckless driving when you see it, or call the FRSC toll-free line on 122. Drive safe, stay focused, and stay alive. This is a message from the Silverbird Group.
Get ready for real conversations that matter. Introducing Real Talk with Kike, where straight talk meets deep dialogue.
They will understand in 2023 who is more known.
You reasoned well, but your conclusions are wrong.
Hosted by the fearless Kike Atonda Owo.
I love to hear from the horse's mouths because I love it when it's direct.
This show brings together captains of industries and top political heads to tackle the tough issues. No sugarcoating here.
Are we not practicing democracy again in Nigeria? Is there no freedom of speech? Is there any way in our constitution that goes against constructive criticism of the government?
This is where real change begins.
If you're looking for a place where conversations are real, honest, and direct, then join me, Kike Atonda, on Real Talk with Kike. It's not just talk, it's real.
Don't miss Real Talk with Kike, airing 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday on Silverbird Television Network, DSTV Channel 252, Star Times, GoTV 121, and on YouTube and Facebook. Real Talk with Kike, where discussions are hot and real.
All right, excellent afternoon to all those who are watching me across the states in Nigeria, and welcome to another Thursday. Stories have always reflected society. Sometimes they entertain us, sometimes they inspire us, and sometimes they hold up a mirror we would rather avoid. So today, this mirror is a film, a story about one young man's journey. But beneath that plot lies a deeper reality, a generation, searching for opportunity, families torn between hope and distance, and young people asking one painful question: can I still build the life or the dream of not just living home, or the right home to be at? And because perhaps the conversation is no longer just about Jackpot for me, it's now about what happens when staying begins to feel other than leaving. Again, I welcome you to another interesting episode of Real Talk with Kike. I remain your host, your convener, your executive producer. My name is Miss Kike Atonda. I apologize for my viewers for coming in late. I wear many hats, running from one corporate organization to being a broadcaster. So I think it's just necessary for me, or polite for me to, put my word out there. I apologize. So I think it's important for us to hear what On This Day Industry segment has for us. When I return, I give my 2 cents on it. Please stay with me. I'll be right back. All right, many thanks for staying with me. So my takeaway from on this day industry segment, because this happened exactly 2014, this controversy was surrounded with the distribution of financial, support intended for families of the adopted Chibok schoolgirls, and raising fresh concerns about transparency at a time of deep national, pain. And it's such a, it was a reminder that in a moment of crisis, people look not only for compassion, but for trust. So today's, lesson for me is when hope is already fragile, accountability becomes just as important as empathy. I think that's my takeaway on this day industry segment thus far. I think it's important for us to get a word from my sponsors, those who have put me on this platform for 7 years. And when I return, we'll dive straight to the issue. Please stay with me. I'll be right back.
Hey guys, my name is Kike and I'm super excited right now because I am in my alma mater UMCC for the Maltina Nourishment Tour. Now, in case you want to get us, but why is it not your old school? It's very easy. If you want the Nourishment Tour to come to your school, all you have to do is visit maltina.mbplc.com or visit Maltina across all social platforms. Fill the form and nominate your school over time, just like that. Boom, 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 zoom, zoom, zoom. The Nourishment Tour will land in your school.
Why is a seat at this table so special? Culinary luxury at its finest. The peak of private dining. A rare fusion of flavors coming together to create one-of-a-kind masterpieces never made before. Be the ultimate host at Echo Hotels. Exclusive new Oak Table.
Pass that back. I bet you can't do that again.
Being your best is a daily commitment. Many dream about it, but only a few walk towards it. Amstel Malta. Be your best.
Yeah, in gym. All right, welcome back from many young Nigerians. The word Japa has become far more than a popular expression. It has become a life plan, a survival strategy, and a difficult conversation taking place in homes, in relationships, in friendship, and of course, across the country. And that's what makes the journey, so compelling. It doesn't, simply tell the story of migration. It tells the story of why people begin to believe that living it there only gives a chance of becoming who they hope to be. And because the bigger question isn't just isn't why people leave, it's about why so many of them no longer believe that they can stay in a country. And this is where friction mirrors reality and when survivor becomes the story. And joining me today is someone whose career has consistently used storytelling to entertain, to educate, and provide thought-provoking conversation. An actress, a television host, a film producer, a media entrepreneur, Tana Adelano. And I must say that she's one of those few people that I've looked at from a distance and I've admired how she has conducted herself thus far in the public space. So let's use this medium to quickly usher in my guest. We'll go on a quick break. I understand that they've not been able to get our guest profile ready today. I believe some people are going to get sanctioned from it today after today's episode. But we'll go on a quick break and get Tana in, and we'll be hearing directly from her. Please stay with me. I'll be right back.
that back. I bet you can't do that again.
Being your best is a daily commitment. Many dream about it, but only a few walk towards it. Amstel Malta. Be your best.
All right, many thanks for staying with me. I have the beautiful Tana Delano in the building. Yay. Thank you so much for creating time to do this with me.
Thank you so
How
much
are you
for
doing
having
today?
me. Well, I'm good.
You look good. You look fabulous,
Thank
magnificent,
you.
if
You
I'm
too.
supposed to say that.
You too.
All right, so let's dive straight to the issue at hand because I know that time is of the essence. Tana, I can't say that I've watched the full episode of the movie, but I feel that I must ask you certain questions regarding your career path thus far. You know, you've built an impressive career, if I'm allowed to say that right now, you know, across acting, television, you know, presentation, presenting, film production, you know, even as an entrepreneur, because, you know, there are a lot of Tana Delano on IG. I kept on searching out.
Trying to
like,
copy,
I think you have to do something about that. And also as a content development, because no matter how much we want to talk about you, I feel that your persona, you know, we cannot take away the content development that you all put into the craft. So you've maintained that relevance, you know, in different generations with, you know, wear many hats as well. And especially when it comes to Nigerian entertainment. So I must ask you, looking back at your journey, you know, what has kept you grounded continually for you to say that, you know what, for those who are watching you right now can say they are inspired by you. I'm inspired by all that you have done thus far. So I want you to tell us something regarding that before we move to the other channels of the conversation.
So what has kept me grounded is quite simple. It's family. Family and God.
Okay.
When you know where you're coming from, you know where you're going. And everything you do, you have to remember where you're coming from and the people that you're answerable to. I'm from a very decent home. My dad, my mom, my brothers. I'm the last of 10 children.
Wow.
So I have 9 people that will scold me if I mess up. So whatever I do, I think about them first. And then secondly, this is what I wanted to do. So I focused on it, and every other thing was obviously a distraction. I didn't want that to happen. So basically, that's it.
Interesting. And I like the fact that you're putting family first and God, you know, because many times people always say that women like us, you know, we're not really family oriented. We just want to be
they're mistaken.
Exactly, and all of that. So thank you so much for emphasizing on that family and God. And thus far, you know, I believe that it has been positive in your career path. So moving on, I want us to talk about your experience, because you've experienced Nollywood through, you know, different faces, through different lenses, from an industry focused primarily on entertainment, you know, to one increasingly, if I'm allowed to say, the social consciousness of all that is happening when it comes to storytellings and the likes and all of that. I think my first time of coming up, getting to know your person from a distance was through KP. I don't know if you can remember, blessed memory.
My bestie.
You know, yeah, he was a family friend to me and all of that. And I remember talking about, who is that very pretty girl and all of that. And of course, you're also very good at what you do. So I must ask you, how do you describe, you know, that evolution of you? And do you believe that audiences, or will I say, audiences of today actually still expect more from filmmakers and than just entertainment? Because, you know, technology has even helped everything to now become, I don't know, I don't want to use certain word that is coming to my head right now, but what's your take on
So there's just one word to describe everything that you've said. It's growth. So as the industry grows, you have to grow with it. As the technology changes, you have to change with it. You can't be stagnant and expect a different result. You can't do this. You can't do something the same way and expect different results. So you need to keep going. You need to keep, you know, working with whatever generation you find yourself in. For me, I've always also believed in steady growth rather than, you know, just one big growth and
I want to blow.
And you want to blow and then you drop immediately. No, I always believe in steady growth. You know, get to understand what it is that you're doing, where you're going, how you're doing it. Just go in bits. That way people can actually follow.
That's consistency.
You know, people can actually follow your journey. That's why you see that I have a fan base of over 50s, over 60s, I have over 40s, I have 30s, I have teenagers.
Yeah, the Gen Zs.
The Gen Zs, you know. So, and luckily for me, I have children that are Gen Zs, so they kind of help me to get with the flow, you know. So that's pretty much it.
That's fantastic because you've been able to bridge through different generations, and that is really necessary when it comes to your kind of work. So let's talk now about Ijem. The journey. You know, getting into character. You know, over time, playing. You know, different roles in the task and all of that. So, giving us a sneak view of the movie. I tried as much as possible to want to finish that movie before coming on set, because I'm into so many things and all of that. I felt like, okay, you know what, Tana is coming to the studio. You know,
we'll tell you about
let's hear from the horses man. So
I won't tell you everything about it. You have to go back to the cinema to watch
it. Definitely. But your first. When you first read, you know, when you first read about the script, what immediately convinced you to say that, okay, this is a story that, you know, you wanted to, you know, you needed to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you
needed to tell, yes. to be told.
So first of all, I am not the producer of the film.
Yes.
I am just an actor in the film.
Yeah.
However, before an actor decides on, you know, whether he or she wants to take part in the production, the script is the first things first. Aside the production company, production house, and the people handling the story, right? So when I got the script, I loved it. It was one of those scripts that you cannot drop. You have to read through immediately. And for me, when I can read a script and not drop it, I know that the film is going to be good. So I read that script, and then I was also captivated by my character, Madame Rita. You know, I've been playing different roles, but this one, she was quite feisty, you know, gun wielding, cigarette smoking. And, you know, a wise man once said, for a character to come alive, the actor must first die. So I was ready to die so that I can pick up this character. I loved it, absolutely. It was a story that had a profound message. It was a story that, you know, was very, very relatable amongst, like, the youth right now. It's relatable, not just even
reality.
Our reality, not just even the youth. Is relatable with so many people, young, old, middle age, everyone. So we knew that it was a story that needed to be told, and people can actually see different perspectives to it and decide for themselves if this is what they want to do or not. Understanding that, you know, a film actually helps you decide, gives you different perspective, you know, makes deep connections with people.
Film, and it becomes clear that Ijem is not just about somebody traveling abroad. You know, it's about identity, the pressure of what happens to people individually, and the family and survivor mode that people find themselves. So as both an actress, a producer, I know you're not the producer of this movie, and of course I believe that, you know, this story, even though it's a very good one to what is happening to us at the moment, I know that it's something that you also are familiar with, so you'll be able to actually step into character. So do you think that films sometimes tell the truth about society more honestly than public conversation do? And the reason why I'm asking this is because I feel that many times, you know, we kind of, you know, tone down the reality so that it will not look as if, oh, you're putting your country in a funny light. What's your take on this?
So it's not totally isolated. Both of them are not isolated. Public conversations will work with people who actually listen to public conversations. Movies, believe it or not everyone watches movies. Some people don't. Some people focus on just regular, you know, conversations out there, news out there. So it's they work hand in hand. Putting our country out there is not a debate. We have to put our country in a positive light, you know. Because our problems are not peculiar to Nigeria. I think these problems are being faced by, you know, everyone in the globe. The issues are, you know, everywhere, except of course the Japa syndrome. But if you really look at it properly, I'm sure more people even Japa from other places than Nigeria. It's just that we are very vocal about certain things. We talk about, you know, we're very expressive about, you know, our worries and who we are, you know. That's not to say that, you know, an outsider will come and insult Nigeria and then we don't fight you. That's also who we are, right? So, I mean, these conversations will be had. But also in having these conversations, let's also try not to demarket our country, you know, even though we're trying to hold our leaders accountable for so many things.
All right, many thanks for that submission. So, you know, before we go on a break, while you're speaking, there's something that came to mind, and it's about many young Nigerians today that feel the pressure to say, we must make it by force, you know. There was a word I used earlier when you were talking, as in make it quick, you know, and the likes, you know, before they say they want to before they turn 30 or they want to build something, build wealth, they don't mind even start making that money, driving G-Wagon, wearing bone straight hair and the likes and all of that. So what do you have to say to people like that, you know, in terms of how to achieve success, you know, meet societal or society's expectations? You know, do you think that these expectations are pushing, you know, many young people today to a place where we're having high migration to other countries in terms of their choices and of course the chances that they have in other countries? Because I always tell people that the grass is not greener at the other side, but sometimes you find out that some of the many jobs that they are ready to do over there, they are not ready to do here. What do you think? How do we change that perception in a way that people can manage their expectation? Because we really cannot control Japa syndrome, because there's fundamental human rights. The fundamental human rights allows you to move, you know, have freedom of movement and all of that. So what's your take on this?
Okay, so who sets the standards? That's the first question. Second question is, who puts the pressure? Thirdly, what do you want? So setting the standards, who really actually sets the standards? You have looked at your friends or you have looked at your peers and you forget that all fingers are not equal. You know, why are you putting the pressure on yourself? Who says before you're 30 you have to be a certain way, or you have to have something, you have to have this, you have to have that? No. How about just trying to align your life and understand that those that were able to buy those cars you want to drive, those are able to buy those bone straight, those are able to actually make that money, started from somewhere and align their path, you know, and build their dreams in a certain way. How about just following that path? Asking the right questions, meeting the right people, making your connection. And like you said, the grass is not always greener on the other side. It's actually greener where it's being watered.
Sure.
There's so many ways to actually make it in life. Japa doesn't necessarily have to be the one. And like you said, you go out there, you do many jobs that you can't do in Nigeria. Understandable. I mean, maybe the living conditions are actually better, or, you know, you feel like it's easier. But at the end of the day, you actually...
maybe the revenue, you know, over here we are still debating 70,000 naira for minimum wage that many states have not even jumped at. Yes. You know, some states are still struggling.
But
to
I'll tell
even
you
pay
something, Kike. Would you rather be a second-class citizen anywhere else?
Of course not.
Exactly. You know, than be a first-class citizen in your country. I have had the privilege of been to loads and loads of countries. I am well traveled, and I see the way even my age mates, my counterparts are doing out there. They are not doing so well. Those that are doing well, don't get me wrong. I mean, those that have told a certain, you know, career path are doing very well, but the rest, are they really doing very well? When you say they have this money, they have that money, but do they even rest? I know somebody who works 3 jobs.
Exactly.
You can't even rest, you can't even sleep. You can't even
and it leads to depression many times.
Exactly.
And all of that,
you can't even get help to even say, let me help assist with the children and all of that. So it's not really easy out there.
I agree with you completely. Many thanks for all your submission thus far. Let's go on a quick break to get a word from my sponsors. When I return, the conversation will continue. Please stay with me. I'll be right back. Yeah, with one of the most beautiful women in Nollywood. Stay with me. I'll be right back.
Hey guys, my name is Kike and I'm super excited right now because I am in my alma mater UMCC for the Multina Nourishment Tour. Now, in case you want to get lost, but why is it not your whole school? It's very easy. If you want the Nourishment Tour to come to your school, all you have to do is visit multina.mbplc.com or visit Multina across all social platforms. Fill the form and nominate your school over time, just like that. Boom, 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 zoom, zoom, zoom. The Nourishment Tour will land in your school.
All right, many thanks for staying with me. If you are just tuning in, this is Real Talk with Kike. And in the first half, we've been able to explore how in-gym the journey reflects the hopes, the fears, and of course the difficult choices confronting many young Nigerians today. And in the second half of the show, I will be moving beyond just the film to ask what these stories, reveal about the society we are becoming, what must change to make, staying a genuine choice for Nigerians or wherever they are in any country, because I believe that this movie cuts across Africa and the globe. And Jackpa, it's another story entirely. It's another story entirely. Sometimes it has to even do with the root cause of even the privileged ones as well. What's your take on this?
So, obviously, we're doing it right. You've told your son, I've told my son the same thing. Don't think you can't come back.
Yeah.
We all need to come back to Nigeria and try and fix our country. And there's so many opportunities actually here in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
So you can go out there, get the knowledge, but come back and implement it. I don't think being abroad, because you're just going to be like one tiny fish in a big puddle of water.
Yeah, so talking about going there to get the knowledge, sometimes people have this mindset that, well, I'm going to, build contact and all of that. And I feel that many times that doesn't happen because of the ethnic divide that happens in those countries. Like you and I know, we are well traveled and we see all those things play out. How do we actually start educating people regarding that? Or what message do we even have for schools or the society at large there? Yeah, it's a silent thing, but it's actually there.
So I think the focus should actually be for the individuals to excel themselves. Success has many friends. So it's not just you going to look for friends or look for allies or whatever. If you as a person, you're very successful, entertainment, we can't all be serious every day. Entertainment, we can't all be serious every day. You have to laugh at some point, otherwise you'll be depressed. In every industry, otherwise you'll be depressed. In every industry across the globe, you have movies that tell you real life stories. You have you have movies that tell you real life stories. You have movies that delve deep into societal problems, and you also have movies that just make you actually laugh. It's everywhere. It's in Bollywood, it's in Hollywood, it's here in Nollywood. It's not, you cannot target audience. You choose your niche and you focus on it. And those people that like what you do would obviously come to you. Maybe not Kike.
Maybe not me.
Maybe not Kike.
But I hear you. And I still want to stay on this movie, The Journey in Gem. Right? In Gem. If a young Nigerian person watches this in Gem, The Journey, and says that, oh, this is exactly how I'm feeling, I feel from the film beyond the desire to leave this country, Nigeria, or leave wherever they are watching from.
So I forgive you, Kike, because you haven't finished watching the film.
Yes, I know.
So at the end of the film, there's obviously light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay.
So I'll leave it for the viewers to actually see. But in Gem, just explores the life of a young man who wants to get out of the country by all means, and all the trials, tribulation, conflicts, and issues that arise.